Hey everybody, welcome to Color Conversations with Crawford Street. I'm Tanner. I'm the lead designer here at Crawford Street Designs in Marietta, Georgia. And we do everything from remodels to exterior community colors to events and real estate projects having to do with design. So we do a lot with homes. We do a lot with color. We see these colors in person. We see them on different materials a lot. We see them in different surroundings with different styles. And we've seen just truly how impactful color is in overall design. Just no matter what you're doing, when you break down the components of the design, of the transformation, of the new space, whatever that may be, color is going to play a massive role in that. And so because of that, people get very intimidated making these colors, and it seems very overwhelming or daunting to have to do that. And so we want to make color approachable, easy to use for you. We're not here to just throw a bunch of designer terms or light and saturation values and things like that at you, but we were really just trying to open up that conversation to color and what color could represent and how it could really be the right fit in your space, or how it could be the wrong fit in your space. So welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Like I said, this is to open up the conversation. So if you have more questions on this color or on like the application of a color that we may talk about, whatever that may be, feel free to comment and we will respond back as soon as we can. If you have a more involved question, you can email us and we'll be happy to help. So without further ado, today's color is a very unlike our usual colors. It's like a jump out of our normal colors that we present on here because we do a lot in residential homes. We don't have a lot of bold or really saturated colors. A lot of it is on a more elegant, luxurious kind of scale. And today's color is still elegant. It is still cool. It is still definitely residential appropriate, but it is bold and it is funky and it is out of just the usual that we normally talk about. So I'm very excited about that. Today's color is Sherwin-Williams 6417 Tupelo Tree. It was so bold and funky, right? Like, look at that. Look at that boldness. Okay, so the reason that we picked this color is for several reasons. One is because every once in a while we do want to throw a red out there or a bold green, even a yellow or something like that, because it's not used often, because it's so bold. But that's exactly when we want you guys to be strategic when using it. And we want you to know that when you're using bold color, the color is only one part of the equation. You have to think about what you're surrounding it with and how you're applying it to your space and things like that. So bold color, but it's great. It is a great depth level. Its LRV is 28. So it's on your deeper side. White, pure white is 100 total light reflection, and 0 is black. No light reflection. So you've got 28 out of 100. So you're not light, but you're definitely gonna get some play with the light, like you can see. Now, the great thing about it being darker is that because it is so saturated, it is such a bold color, the depth helps rein it back in. You know what I mean? It helps it not feel too overwhelmingly bold. It really makes it go, oh, okay. So I can just fit in. So you can see it against white. It's deep, you know, it's a good depth level away. So if you're talking about incorporating this into a palette and you already have white, you still have plenty of room to add another lighter medium in there, or true medium in there, and still have a well-rounded out color palette. And then it's not too dark to where obviously you could still have a deeper black or a deeper, I was hoping I had something black here. You know, your hardware could be dark. And so, you know, it's still, you're gonna have plenty of wiggle room to bring in more colors with this color. Just remember, it's bold. already. So all of your other colors don't necessarily need to take on a bold vibe. They don't need to necessarily have that characteristic. They need to be more of a supporting role, you know, because this is going to be your star in whatever space you're putting it in. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have another star material or star component. Like you could have some really cool, like a really cool countertop with it that could be funky. You could have a piece of artwork that was really funky, or a wallpaper that goes with this that really added some flavor, some flair, you know. But in terms of color, you don't need more bold color, okay? And if you do have strong color somewhere like a black or something like that, use it very strategically, only like where you're intending to highlight something or hide something or contrast heavily against something. But just again, know in color that this is already your bold color. Everything else should kind of play a supporting role. So another reason we really wanted to show this to you guys is because there's this big kind of thing right now that's like granny chic, that's like really playing into old quilted patterns and floral patterns and scallops and lace and things like that. And it's great. And I love it. But I will say that we never, ever promote colors because they're trendy. We never promote anything in design because it's quote unquote popular right now or whatever, because we do believe that you should pick things that are true to what you like, not in the moment what people are picking. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing this to say like, hey, this is a trendy color. It's not that. It's a timeless color. It's green. And green is almost everywhere. If you were to walk outside, or if you were to bring in a floral arrangement with this, chances are you're going to pull and find this color green no matter what. It's very natural. It's just that the saturation of it, the yellowness, the punch of it is not always that vibrant. You know what I mean? And so again, that's where you have to know this color is already vibrant. So how are you going to apply it? Number one, you need to either be mindful and intentional and say, I need to balance this out with something that does kind of calm down its boldness. Maybe like black honed soapstone countertops, even like black leathered granite countertops. A dark countertop would really cap this off and just make it feel more like a solid, sturdy color. Like if this was on base cabinetry, that could help, right? But if you're looking like for this as the exterior of your home, and then you're going to go add black shutters and a black door and all that, again, right, that's going to be harsh. Okay. So we're not talking about black paint. We're talking about black material, or a strong material to kind of tame down that color. Or so you're going to either say, I know that this color is strong itself, so I'm going to use other strong partners to kind of, hang with it. Or you're going to say, I know this is a bold color, so I'm going to go bold with it. I'm going to look intentionally like I didn't just pick a bold saturated color for nothing. And that is really why we picked it, because if you're going to go for this bold color and you're going to go for this kind of like gardeny chic, but like I'm being very traditional, I'm being very safe in picking a floral color, but I'm being very bold in the way that I use it and in its saturation, right? So you could color drench a room. We have people asking all the time about color drenching libraries and color drenching powder bathrooms and stuff like that. This is a great color for color drenching, especially if there's cabinetry around it, like a bookshelf or, a built-ins or something like that. Like I said, in an office, because the color drenching effect is going to do exactly like what I said. It's going to be like, I know this color is bold and I went for it. There's just, you've got to intentionally work with this color. It's not just going to be one of those colors like sometimes we'll have colors in here and we'll be like, you can just throw this into a bunch of palettes. It'll probably just fit right in. This is not that color, right? And so you need to be very intentional with how you're using it and what you're using with it. For example, like I was talking about hardware, because this already does have so much yellow in the green, it's not a cool green. It is a very warm, vibrant green. And so it's not muted. It is green. And so if you go and get a yellow brassy hardware on here, you're going to have warm galore going on, right? You're going to have goldy yellow with, it's going to pick up on the yellow and the green, and you're going to have a lot of this. Now, which is fine if you think about what your other components in there are. Is it a dark countertop? What's your flooring like in there? You know, what is that art going to be in there? What's the lighting? All of these things. Because, you know, is that too much warmth? Do you need to balance that out with an oil rub bronze that still has warmth? But again, like we said, it's maybe a darker color of a material that then can kind of tame down that boldness of the color itself. But again, so if you get straight black hardware on an already bold color, what are you doing? You're adding sharp contrast. And if you get a hardware that's a very sharp linear line, again, you're getting bold on top of contrast, and you've already got bold, right? So think about what you're using with this color and colors like this. But like I said, if you're here looking at Tupelo Tree, you already know that you want green. You already know, like, I don't want what everybody else is using all the time, color. So we actually use this in an accent space because their sofas in the main space were like this color. And so we use this in a room, a library off to it. And like I said, it's great. It's great surrounded next to just white trim, and it's cool as cabinetry, and it's cool as an all over effect. But just again, be mindful when you're using bold color like this. You can absolutely make it look good, and you can absolutely tweak it to your house's style. You just have to be intentional because it is bold already. It is saturated already. It is vibrant already. But again, the depth level, because it is deeper, makes it a little more elegant than just, you know, a whimsical juvenile color or something like that. It really is nice. And the more sunlight you get on it, the more natural light you get on it, obviously the more you're going to pick up on all that green. And even, I don't have a ton of like light. It's kind of cloudy today. So even the sunnier it is, the more yellow you're going to pick up on. But if it's in, you know, shaded, if this is like you're looking for a pop of a front door and it's on your porch and you don't have like a ton of direct sunlight, it's not going to play quite as pop. It's just going to feel like a very fun florally green. So I just wanted to show you guys that because I wanted to just get in your mind that color can be fun and bold, and it can be the star of the room. It can be the inspiration. You know, sometimes people are starting with a fabric that's an inspiration. Sometimes people are starting with a rug or an existing piece of furniture or a piece of artwork that's the inspiration. Sometimes it's the color. Sometimes this is it. So if you're here because you want the color to be what speaks to people, you want to be the color that makes the statement in the space, then that's good. But then you have to also know that, like I said, color, the actual color is only part of the equation. What are you putting with it? How are you applying it? What's your sheen? What is it surrounded by? All of those things. So if you need help, let us know. If this is your color and you found it, that is so exciting. And because it is so bold, I'm going to ask you to please send us a picture of your project with it. We love seeing color come to life, not just for us, but for other people too. So if you want to join in on the conversation, then like I said, just comment on here or feel free to reach out to us, and we'll see you guys next time. Talk to you later. Bye.